Hey guys, so today I want to go through this makeup collection and take out the things that are either too old to be using or I know I just don't use anymore. So let's get started on this. Okay, first I want to get started in this section here. This is where I keep my skincare, some of my skincare anyway. Out of this section, I know I want to get rid of this Neutrogena Triple Age Repair. I do like this, but it is very old. I've had this for a while now. It's pretty much almost empty, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. Out of this next section is pretty much my primers and my foundations. So let's see. I know I definitely want to get rid of these Rimmel Lasting Finish foundations. Now, I know a lot of people say that they love this. I just don't like the way it sits on my skin. When I have it on, it seems like it does not look like skin. For me, it looks like I have plaster on my face. It just dries and cakes so heavy. And then I first originally got this in the shade 100 Ivory, but it oxidizes so bad that by the time a few minutes have gone by, it's way too dark. So then I went to this shade 091 Light Ivory, and guys, I have to say, just being a different shade would be okay, but I tell you, it seems like the formula of this one is completely different from this one, which I don't understand. It's the same line, but it's a different shade, but I swear the formulation seems different. And even with this one being lighter, it still oxidizes on me, still looks orange, so I'm just going to pass these on. Next, I want to get rid of this Revlon Color Stay foundation. Now, I do like this foundation, but dummy me went and got this one that is for a combination oily skin. I do not have oily skin, I have dry skin. So it took me until halfway through the bottle to realize that, hey, I don't like the way this is looking on my skin. What's the deal? Because I've used it before. That's when I realized I got the wrong formulation. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go rather than just having it sitting here. Okay, now we're going to jump all the way to the top for this primer that I have up here. This is the Makeup Revolution Pro Base Primer. Now this one is just very oily for me. I have it in a past haul video, but where I showed you a swatch of it, and it's so oily. It's not even hardly like silicone or anything, it just looks like a straight up oil. So I never reached for this one. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Now we're going to go to this section here, which is my largest section and also my eyeshadows. So let's see what we have here. These are all of the eyeshadows that I have right now. So let's go through here and see if there's anything we can get rid of. First off is going to be this Ulta Color Coat eyeshadow. Now this one I'm getting rid of because it is completely dry. Nothing comes off. It's completely dried up. Next up we have this Clinique eyeshadow trio. Now while these are pretty much the only purples I have, these just do not have the pigmentation or the quality that I'm looking for in a shadow, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these three. Next up is going to be this Maybelline eyeshadow quad. This one, I don't ever reach for it, even in the fall. So it's getting pretty old. I've probably had it for a good while now. And they are gorgeous shades, but again, I just never reach for them, so I might as well see if somebody else can get some use out of them. Next is going to be this CoverGirl quad. Now I have to say, as you can see on this one, I hit pan on two of the shades. I love these shades. This is going to be in, let's see, Notice Me Nudes, but I think it's definitely too old. I tried using this last weekend, and ever since then my eye has been giving me trouble, so we're going to get rid of it. I would like to try repurchasing this one, but from what I've seen, this quad now is out, but they're all mattes now instead of having a shimmer in there. So I'm curious to see what the new one's like, if the shades are comparable, because I did like this palette. It's just too old. Okay, next we have this NYC trio. This is in the shade Bronzed in Brooklyn. There's some shades there, some swatches. Now this one is just not anything special for me, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this one on. My mom would probably like this one, so I'm going to see if she wants it. Okay, next I have these Milani eyeshadows in Bella Charcoal and Bella Navy. There's just some swatches there. Now this, do you ever forget that you own something? I've been looking for a deeper gray, and while I could have gone out and bought something new, I don't need to because I have it here. So I'm going to keep these two for a little longer. Next we have these L'Oreal Pressed Pigment eyeshadows. Have this one in the shade Midnight Blue. I also have the one in Bronze Taupe. There's the swatches there. Everybody knows how these eyeshadows perform. Don't need to tell you, they're great. So I'm going to hold on to both of these. Okay, next we have these NYX eyeshadows. I'm going to start with this one. I just dropped it while I was trying to organize everything and broke it, so it looks a little nasty. But this is going to be the shade Girl Talk. That one there, a very shimmery light pink. Then we have the shade Golden Peach. Now for whatever reason, I wasn't getting quite the pigmentation, the smoothness from Golden Peach. I'm not really sure why. Then I have the shade Liquid Gold. No problem with that one. I'm not sure what's going on with the Golden Peach. It just wasn't as creamy and smooth as these other ones. Then I have the shade Mermaid. Absolutely love that color. It's gorgeous. And last but not least, we have the shade Jaded. Nasty swatch there, but there we go. Now I do like these eyeshadows. They don't last a very long time on me anyway, but I love the pigmentation and the colors of them. So for right now, I'm going to keep all 5. Okay, next I have this Clinique. It was a duo, but I depotted the chocolate color Bewitched. And the one that's still in here is the Almost Peach. I've kind of swatched it there, but you can't really see it. Even in person, it's not really that noticeable, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Okay, then we have this one from Prestige. It's the Hocus Pocus. This is going to be like that brown blue pigment where it looks a certain way, but then if you shear it out, it turns a little bit of a burnt reddy color. I love this color. I like using it as a one shadow to put this on the lid, and then to put this more shaded out color in the crease. So I'm going to keep this. I also have the original Comfort Zone from Wet n Wild, which has a similar color in there. I know that they've repackaged this and given you some transition shades now. I've watched some videos comparing this one and the new one. So for right now, I'm going to keep this one. Maybe in the future I'll get the new one. Okay, this one I just picked up yesterday, so we're definitely going to keep this one. Let me go ahead and swatch this for you just in case you haven't seen it, but I'm sure you have. These are some gorgeous shades. Okay, so out of these are going to be your swatches. Now this one shade right here, for me, is pretty much a skin tone. It's right here. It's not really noticeable, but I could use that for a transition shade. I have no problem with that. Then the black. The black in here, it might be my least favorite shade so far. When you swatch it, it feels light, it feels creamy, but then to swatch it, it's kind of patchy looking. Now I have not used these on the eyes yet, but that black seems a little funky. But other than that, these are gorgeous, so I'm very happy with this so far. Then we have the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells. Again, it's the old packaging. Gonna keep this one. Great everyday looks. While we're at it, let's go with this Wet n Wild one, the Naked Truth. These are just great neutral chocolate brown shades. Great for everyday wear, so we'll keep that. I have 2 of these Maybellines. This one is in the shade Downtown Sunrise, and then we have the X Shayla. This one is my favorite of the 2, but being that I really haven't used these as much as I want to, I'm going to keep them. Also on this one, even if you don't use any of the shimmers, these 3 mattes are great to use. So we're going to keep those. Okay, then I have this Maybelline Nudes. So this one's going to stay. Then I have the Rock Nudes. As you can see, this one hit pan. I really like that one. So for now, I think we'll keep it. Okay, then we have two of the CoverGirl palettes. This was in the roses and goldens. Again, my type of palette. As you can see, this one's gotten a lot of use. Two of them are very, very low. Just keep on keeping on with these and keep them both. Then we have this Makeup Revolution palette. It is the Redemption Eyeshadow Palette Icon 2. This one, I'm going to say let's keep for a while, see what we can do with it. So we'll hang on to it. Okay, before we move on back to this Clinique one, I got to swatching them, and there's one I really like, so I think I'm going to hold on to it a little longer and try to make myself use this one more. Now we have this cup, and I mainly keep my eyeliners, mascaras, such miscellaneous kind of thing in here. I am going to get rid of this telescopic. It's too old. Need to get rid of that one. Same with this Clinique chubby stick. I just don't use this, so why do I keep it? Okay, then I have this trial size of an Estee Lauder mascara, the Sumptuous Extreme. Again, it's old, needs to be gotten rid of. Same with this Milani Kohl eyeliner. I love this eyeliner, but again, it's just too old, so it's time to get rid of it. Then I have this NYX Infinite Shadow Stick. It's in the shade Crystal. I just can't get this pen to work for me. I don't know if I have the wrong skin type, wrong skin tone. So I end up frustrating myself when I try and use it. So why do I need to do that? Let's just toss it. Have an old Blistex in there, time to get rid of. Alright guys, so this is everything that I'm going to get rid of, either whether it's just throwing it in the trash or passing it along. Now it's not my most intense declutter I've ever done, not the largest one, but at least I don't have to go up here and see these and know I'm not using them every time I open this cabinet. So for me, getting rid of these is nice, and it can bring room for new things. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.